A computer central processing unit, CPU, also known as the main processor, is like the computer's brain. It follows instructions from programs to do things like math and handle tasks. Unlike the other computer parts, the CPU is super important for overall processing. Even though CPUs look different now, they still do the same job. They have parts like the math and logic unit ALU, storage for information register, and the control unit for managing tasks. Modern CPU also have extra features like caches and supports for operating systems. They usually come in chips with multiple CPUs as multi-core processors. Each CPU or core can handle different tasks at the same time. It's called multi-threading. So our group chose the 10th generation Intel Core i5 IO35G1. It's an upper mid-range processor released in late 2019. It also called Cannon Lake. The 10th generation Intel processor is the latest architecture that you can grab off shelf in 2020. It's based on all the 10 nanometer micro architecture. The smaller size translates to more efficient power consumption and improve the performance. So this is its specifications. The code name is called Ice Lake and Cannon Lake. In the use condition, usually we use the Intel i5 10th generation in personal computer. The total core is 4, total thread is 8, the max turbo frequency is 3.6 GHz, processor base frequency is 1 GHz, and the cache 6 MB Intel Smart Cache, and the bus speed is 4 GT per second.
And for bus design, i5 models difference in how many HDD memory can be used. For example, the i5-8600K supports a maximum of 64GB RAM, which is 36 bits. And Intel Core i5 processor also use a design based on model architecture, known as Intel Quick Path Interconnect, which is QPI, and Direct Media Interface, which is DMI. QPI was used in older Intel processor. It's a point-to-point interconnect between CPUs and other system components, such as other processor, the memory controller, and the I/O hub. And DMI means a high-speed serial link that connects the processor to the platform's chipset, which handle numerous I/O functions. And for bus design, i5 models difference in how many HDD memory can be used. For example, the i5-8600K supports a maximum of 64GB RAM, which is 36 bits. And Intel Core i5 processor also use a design based on model architecture, known as Intel Quick Path Interconnect, which is QPI, and Direct Media Interface, which is DMI. QPI was used in older Intel processor. It's a point-to-point interconnect between CPUs and other system components, such as other processor, the memory controller, and the I/O hub. And DMI means a high-speed serial link that connects the processor to the platform's chipset, which handle numerous I/O functions.
I'm Hardeena, Natasha, binti Abdul Hafiz. I'll be shedding some light on the cache memory of the Intel i5 10th generation. This small but powerful high-speed non-volatile computer memory play an important role in the improving overall performance of the CPU. It typically consists of multiple levels L1, L2, main memory, and virtual memory caches. L1 cache memory closest to the core and the fastest but smallest, while the virtual memory cache shared among cores is larger but comparatively slow. NurAmira architecture, cache memory serves as an important buffer between CPU and RAM. Its main function is to store frequently accessed instructions and data, reducing the need to repeatedly fetch them from slower main memory. Presence of the cache memory significantly accelerates processing speeds. By minimizing data retrieval times, the CPU can safely access information, enhancing the overall efficiency of the system. Intel i5 10th generation employ intelligent caching strategy, such as prefetching and caching algorithm to anticipate and store data that CPU is likely need in the future. This proactive approach minimizes latency and ensures smoother execution of tasks.
Clock is something that regulates the timing of operation within processor, and it measures the number of cycles CPU execute per second in megahertz. Why does a CPU need clock? In CPU, clock has its own work. Clock synchronizes the operation of its component to ensure that all different components and stages of the processor is work in harmony. What is clock speed? The clock speed measures all the number of cycles in CPU execute per second in gigahertz. A higher clock speed means a faster CPU. It allows for faster execution. For example, a CPU that has a clock speed of 3.2 gigahertz will execute 3.2 billion cycles per second. Function of clock. 1. Timing control. The clock provides a rhythmic signal that regulates the timing of operation within the CPU. 2. Instruction execution. Determine the various stages of instruction execution that occur in CPU, such as fetching, decoding, and executing instruction. Each instruction takes one or more clock. Bus coordination. Synchronize the transfer of data between different components of the CPU buses, which is data bus, address bus, control bus. This is very crucial for proper communication within the processor.
Hi, my name is Nur Kasyifah binti Kushairi, and I am going to compare between Intel i5 10th generation and Intel i3 10th generation to show the differences between these two types of Intel. So, firstly, i5 has 6 cores, while i3 has 4 cores. Since i5 has more cores than i3, this will be resulting in a higher number of threads in i5 rather than in i3. Next, as for cache size, in i5, cache L1, L2, L3 equals to 256 KB, 1 MB, and 6 MB, while in i3, cache L1, L2, L3 equals to 128 KB, 512 KB, and 4 MB. This shows that cache size in i5 is larger than in i3, therefore, it contributes to a better performance of the computer. Then, hyperthreading is usually supported in i5 and not often supported in i3. Hyperthreading means we can run a lot of applications at the same amount of time while maintaining the performance of the computer. Hence, our computer won't slow down even though we open many applications or apps at the same time. Generally, i5 is slightly better than i3, so obviously i5 will be more expensive than i3, but it gives you better performance, while i3 is budget-friendly and energy efficient. Last but not least, i5 is suitable for a person who uses the computer or desktop for gaming, content creation, and multitasking, while i3 is suitable for a person who uses the computer as everyday tasks, web browsing, and light productivity.
Lastly, I will present about advantages and disadvantages of Intel i5 10th generation. So for the first advantages, it's enhanced performance, high processing power, and efficiency. The second one is integrated graphic. Feature integrated Intel UHD graphic for decent graphic performance like 1080p resolution and stable frame rate like 60 frames per second or higher. The third one is power efficiency. The 10th generation processor often offer good power management for better efficiency. The fourth one is compatibility. Compatible with DDR4 memory and support newer technology like Thunderbolt and Wi-Fi 6. The last one is versatility. Suitable for a range application from a general use to moderate gaming. The first disadvantages is price. Some models may be relatively expensive compared to the lower tier processor, maybe because of high demand in this industry. The second one is limited multi-threading. i5 processors typically have a fewer cores compared to the newer Intel that will affecting multitasking capabilities like streaming and gaming. The third one is gaming performance. High-end gaming may require more powerful processor. Example of high-end game like Cyberpunk 2077, which known for its high system requirement. The last one is integrated graphic limitation. Might not be sufficient for demanding graphical tasks or gaming at high speed.
I hope all of you get the information about this processor. So in conclusion, the central processing unit, CPU, is a critical component of the computers, often referred to its brains. It executes instructions from program performing tasks such as mathematical calculations and overall task management. The CPU comprises key elements like the arithmetic and logic unit (ALU), registers for information storage, and a control unit. Modern CPU, such as the 10th generation Intel Core i5, i03-5G1, come with advanced features like cache and support for operating system. They are commonly found in multi-core processors, allowing for efficient multitasking through capabilities like multi-threading. The information provided about the 10th generation Intel Core i5, i03-5G1, and the kernel lake architecture is accurate as of late 2019. However, for the most current details on CPU technologies, it's advisable to check the latest information for reliable sources, as technology evolves rapidly. Thank you for lending us your ears. That's all from us. Thank you.